Hi friends, welcome to Jogo Coaching. In this video, I am going to explain about 12 engineering practices followed in each phases of software development lifecycle. The SDLC phases are requirement gathering, design, coding or development, testing, release and maintenance phase. Practice used by the teams to ensure the productivity, quality, maintainability of the products are called engineering practices. Let us understand the engineering practices followed in each SDLC phase. The first phase is requirement gathering and analysis phase. Requirement elicitation is one of the engineering practices followed in this phase. The purpose of the requirement elicitation is to gather detailed information about the system's functional and non-functional requirements. The techniques used in these engineering practices are interviews, surveys, observations, workshops, and group discussions. The second phase is architecture and design phase. Design pattern is one of the engineering practices used in this phase. Team will apply the proven design patterns to design the solutions. Few well-established design patterns are singleton, factory, observer, etc. The second practice followed in the architecture and design phase is designing a high-level architecture. Team will design the high-level architecture of the systems using architectural patterns such as microservices, layered architectures, client-server architecture, etc. Another practice followed in this phase is prototyping and proof of concepts. Team will create prototypes or proof of concepts, that is called POC, to validate critical design assumptions and technical choices. The third phase is in SDLC is development phase. Pair programming is one of the engineering practices followed in this phase. Two developers will work together at one computer to write the code. This will help to improve the code quality because if one person writes the code, another person will verify it. And it will improve the knowledge sharing and collaboration. The second practice followed in the development phase is test-driven development. Developers write the automated test before writing the code. The feature will be developed to cover the test cases. So this is called test-driven development practice. The third engineering practice followed in the development phase is continuous integration, that's called CI. With this practice, developer will integrate their code frequently, ideally multiple times a day. This practice ensures that code is continuously merged, built and tested so that integration problems will be identified early. The fourth phase in SDLC is testing. Automated testing is one of the engineering practices. System test, integration test, and user interface test automation practices are followed by this team. Another engineering practice followed in the testing phase is regression testing. Automated tests are running continuously to ensure that new code is not breaking the existing functionality. This is called regression testing. Another engineering practice is exploratory testing. Testers will perform manual exploratory testing to uncover the edge cases not covered by the automated testing. So this testing will try to break the system to test the corner cases that are not covered in the test cases. The fifth phase is deployment or release. Continuous delivery, that is called CD, is one of the engineering practices followed in this phase. With this practice, the software is automatically deployed to production-like environment, for example, staging environment, very frequently. So this will help to monitor and test the functionalities by the stakeholders before moving into production environment. The sixth phase in the SDLC life cycle is maintenance or support phase. Monitoring and logging is another engineering practice followed in this phase. Various tools will be used to monitor the application in the production environment to detect the performance issue, bugs, or any failures, or any alerts related to failure in the any of the systems or subsystem in the production environment. So this is another engineering practice followed in the maintenance or support phase. You can see this slide for the summary of all the engineering practices we have discussed in this video for all the SDLC phases. For the requirement gathering and analysis phase, the practice is requirement elicitation. For the architecture and design phases, design patterns and prototyping and proof of concept practices. For the development phase, pair programming, test-driven development TDD, and continuous integration practices were discussed. For the testing phase, automated testing, regression testing, and exploratory testing practices were discussed. For the deployment or the release phase, continuous delivery CD is the practice followed by the team. For the maintenance and support phase, monitoring and logging practices were discussed. Hope this video is useful to you. If you want one-on-one coaching or training on Agile, Scrum, Scaled Agile, or career coaching for any roles in the software industry, please contact me in the email and the WhatsApp number mentioned in this slide.